Good morning. My name is Mr. Garza. I'm one of your associate principals here at Timberview High School. I'm wanting to talk to you about a couple of things today, so I want to make sure that you grab something to write with so that you can write down some of the important dates and some of the important information that I'm going to be sharing with you today. The first thing that I want to talk to you about is your join codes. By now, your teacher should have shared with you a join code so that you can register to take an AP exam in the spring. Every single one of those exams is going to come with a fee, and I'm going to give you more details about that. But if you are having trouble in getting joined into your course, one of two things you could potentially do right now. If you can't log in, create a new account. If creating a new account is not an option for you and you're having trouble with that as well, the next thing that you need to do is make sure you get in contact with College Board. They're going to be the only ones that can assist you with potentially getting your account right. But please understand that you must use that join code to put yourself in a position to actually get registered to take the AP exam. Okay? You have a great opportunity in front of you right now. You're in a class where you could potentially take an exam in the spring and earn college credit. Not a lot of students put themselves in that type of position to do so. Not only can you earn college credit, depending on the score that you make between a 1 and a 5 will determine how many hours they actually give you credit for at whatever university that you want to attend. Whether it's a university here in Texas or anywhere in the nation, that is a good thing about College Board, that these hours are taken nationwide. So you do have a great opportunity in front of you. And the best thing about it is that the district actually puts themselves in a position to assist you with the financial part of it so that it's not an extreme hassle to you and doesn't put you in a position where you're not going to want to take it because of finances. Now, let's get into that and talk about fees. Every single exam that you take that is an AP exam will come with a fee. If you're registered in one AP class, that is going to be one AP exam, which comes with a $25 fee. Every single AP exam that you register for is going to be $25 a piece. You'll be able to start paying those fees come October 7th, okay? Once October 7th hits, you'll have that opportunity to pay, your exams as you go by, but we do want those paid off in full by January. Remember, I did say every single exam comes with a $25 fee, so make sure you put yourself in a position to understand that if you're registered for multiple AP courses, every single one of those courses is going to come with a $25 exam fee. Now, the interesting part about that is that the district put themselves in a position to pay the remaining balance that comes with that. So you only have to worry about $25 per exam, okay? Now, some of you might be sitting there wondering, is there a possibility that I don't have to take the exam? Or if I don't want to take the exam, what do I have to do? There is going to be a process for that as well, and you'll be able to put yourself in a position to opt out of taking an AP exam if you choose to do so. You'll have to come meet with me, and I'm going to let you know where you can pick up that form. The AP opt-out exam form, you'll be able to pick up in my office with Ms. Delgado, which is my secretary. My new office is located by the front desk, so if you come to the front desk and ask them that you're here to pick up an opt-out exam form, they'll know what you're talking about, and they'll direct you to Ms. Delgado so that you can get that form and start filling that out. It is going to require a parent signature, it's going to require your signature, and it is going to require a teacher signature. But please understand, you can't pass a test that you don't take. You should not be putting yourself in a position where you move forward and don't want to take an AP exam because you're afraid about the potential, that you might fail or anything of the sort. Failing, it's okay. We learn by our failures. But what I want you to understand is that our teachers are going to put themselves in a position to work hard and make sure that they give you what you need so that you can be successful in that exam. But that doesn't come without your effort. You have to make sure that you put in the effort to ensure that you put yourself in the best position to pass that AP exam, okay? Once you pick up that form from Ms. Delgado, like I mentioned earlier, it's going to require a couple of signatures. There is a deadline for you to turn that opt-out form in to my office, okay? And that is September 20th. Make sure you write that down. September 20th is going to be the time where you can opt out of taking an AP exam. I talked to you about fees earlier. Once you use that join code to get into a course, and you are automatically registered to take an AP exam, and you will have a fee that's added to your account of $25 per AP exam that you signed up for. Okay? If you do not turn in the opt-out form by September 20th, you will be charged $134 per exam. Okay, I'm going to repeat that so that you make sure that you understand what I just said. Once you use a join code to register for an AP exam at $25 a piece, that is going to be added into your account. If you do not turn in an opt-out form by the 20th, which means that you don't want to take one or all of your AP exams, you will be charged $134 for each exam. So make sure that you talk to your parents, you talk to your teachers. Those forms are going to be available for you to pick up today in the front office with Ms. Delgado, so that you can get that form and start analyzing as to whether or not you want to take that AP exam. Remember, you cannot pass an exam that you don't even attempt. Okay, so it is important for you to discuss this with your teacher, discuss this with your parents. I'll be more than happy to have a conversation with you as well so that we can discuss any of your thoughts that you might be having as to whether or not you should take an AP exam. Okay, if you have any questions, you can make sure that you come by and see me over in my new office by the front desk, and we can have a conversation as to what we could potentially do. Okay, the next piece that I want to talk to you guys about is level changes. Some of you might be sitting in that chair, you might be feeling overwhelmed, you might be feeling like all the things that you currently have on your schedule are being pretty tough on you, and you might be considering dropping out of a pre-AP or AP class. There's a process for that too, okay? And there is going to be a form that you're going to have to fill that out for as well, so that you can potentially put yourself in a position to drop a level and potentially move to a regular class. Okay, and I'm going to talk to you about that process as well. There's going to be a timeline where you're going to receive the level change form that is going to require a couple of steps for you to fill out. It's going to require a step for your teachers to fill out. It's going to require signatures from all the parties that I've mentioned before, yourself, your teacher, as well as your parents, if you want to drop a level. That window is going to be from September 13th to September 20th. I'm going to be sharing a lot of information with you via email, so make sure you have access to your email on Google. I'm going to be sending messages through Skyward. I'm going to be sending messages as many different ways as I possibly can. The level change form is going to be available for you in the counseling office, okay? This is a different place than the opt-out form. The AP exam opt-out form, you pick it up from my office with Ms. Delgado. The level change form is going to be picked up in the counseling office, okay, if you are interested in dropping a level. That process is going to require a couple of things, okay? If you feel like you're struggling in your AP class, make sure you talk to your teachers. There's different things that you can put in place to potentially put you in a position to do better in your current AP class and your current situation. You guys care about your academics, and that's good. But just don't forget, I told you it's always about effort. Put the effort in, put the work in, and then the rewards are going to come, after that. You have to consider tutorials, something that I'm going to consider heavily. If you come to me and you want to drop a level and you haven't attended one single tutorial, you can get, I can guarantee you that I will not accept your form to drop a level. Okay, you have to consider whether or not, you're managing your time wisely. You have to consider whether or not, you put yourself in a position to have a, study group so that guys can, help each other if you're struggling. The other thing that, that I want you to understand is when you are considering a change like this, you need to be resourceful. You guys are very resourceful when it comes to solving issues, with other things. And I want you to be the exact same way when it comes to the struggles that you might be potentially experiencing here in class. So put yourself in a position where you're being resourceful, communicate. That is one of the biggest things that I can advise you to do, is to communicate with your teachers, communicate with myself if you feel like you're having some issues. You can also communicate with your counselors or your assistant principals so that you can talk about some obstacles that you're kind of having right now and see if we can kind of run through those and put ourselves in a position to be able to get better, okay? Because that's what it's all about, putting ourselves in a position to get better and, hopefully getting college credit once we, pass this AP class and AP exam, obviously. Okay, one of the things that is a part of this process, if you wanted to, do a level change, is taking care of that form. But you're also going to have to sign up, for a level change meeting with our AP coordinator, assistant, which is Ms. Blanton. Your teachers are going to receive a QR code where you can actually scan and sign up if you want to have a meeting with Ms. Blanton. If you do not, sign up, you could have a form filled out, but if you do not have a meeting with Ms. Blanton, your form is not going to be accepted. So make sure that once your teachers have this QR code, they're going to point it out to you, that you sign up for a meeting, that we will call you down during the window between September 13th to September 20th so that you can come meet with Ms. Bland and have a conversation with her as to kind of what's going on in your class. Okay? That QR code, like I mentioned before, is going to be sent out to all of your teachers so that it's readily available for you and you can scan it and, just a quick sign up. It's going to have your name, your ID, and who your 8th period teacher is. Okay, the final approval for these forms is not your counselors, it's not your teachers, that final approval as to whether or not you drop a level is going to come from me. So make sure you understand that process. There's a different process for opting out of an AP exam, and there's a different process for, doing a level change in your classes. Okay. If you guys have any specific questions, if you are in a position where you feel like you need some clarification, you have some extra things, you are more than welcome to email me. My email is miguelgarza@misdmail.org. Or you guys can come by my office. If I'm not in here, you're more than welcome to make an appointment with Ms. Delgado. She'll put you on my calendar so that we can meet and I can answer any questions that you may have. You can also reach out to me on Twitter. My Twitter is @Garza_THS, and we can potentially communicate that way as well. Okay. Thank you for your time. If you guys have any questions, you know where to find me. I'll be around campus. If I'm not around campus, you can come make an appointment with Ms. Delgado and we'll put you on my calendar. Okay. Appreciate your time. You guys have a great day.